Well, one of the many things that have been rather consistent with the CW superhero shows is that the crossovers are horrible. And sadly, Crisis on Infinite Earth is no different, at least in the first episode, which debuted on the Supergirl show. And boy, I tell you, of course, it's Supergirl's show, so you get more elements from her storylines, which I haven't kept up with because I abandoned that show some time ago. And just the few little glimpses here reaffirms that I made the right decision. It's just awful. Man, that guy doing the Brainiac character is terrible. Just terrible. But you know, he's in good company because nobody's really doing very well. I guess the guy doing Martian Manhunter, he's pretty good, but poor guy, you know. Well, it's a job, you know. So there are some little elements, and boy, are they little. They do have the the towers that one tower anyway that the Monitor made in the comic book series, and so that's there. And of course, you got to protect it because it's the only thing staving off the inevitable doom brought on by the Anti-Monitor. And also the Shadow Demons appear. They don't look like the Shadow Demons from the comic book, but you know, yeah, you'll take it. It's kind of like, I don't know, Wraiths from Ghostbusters or whatnot. And this is the Monitor's big plan, was to mostly have Arrow fight them all. It's just the guy with a bow and arrow, And I haven't been watching his show either, but that's his whole season has been doing missions for the Monitor and all this sort of thing, apparently. And well, we see once again that Supergirl's better than Superman. So what? And boy, if this is I think you get a dose of what Superman's own show will be like. Yeah, it doesn't look so great. From the Legends, we get the Atom and White Canary. They're the only ones representing that show, and so they show up here. You get little nods to other DC properties. I guess this is that we get a brief cameo from Jason Todd's Robin and Hawk from the Titan series. They just sort of stare dumbfounded at something, and that's it. Burt Ward makes a cameo. It's just a display that there's multiple Earths, and it's telling you that every version of the DC Comics characters you've seen over the decades all happened just on some other world. So there's Burt Ward, obviously retired from Robin, and so you get that. Then there's Robert Wall. If you recall, who was in the 1989 Batman film with Michael Keaton and the Tim Burton film, and he appears, and you see the bat signal and the Red Skies show and all that. So little things like that, and that's okay, well and good and nice. But then the rest of the show drags on with its crap. Supergirl's better than Superman. You get a lot of that. They have to use their heat vision to give more power to the tower to stave off the antimatter onslaught. And of course, Superman gets weak and gives out. He just can't do it. But Supergirl keeps going because she's badass. And so their idiot plan is to evacuate the Earth as much as possible because Supergirl's world just gets destroyed. So much for Supergirl, huh? She couldn't save it after all. But they only save about, what was it, 3 billion or something like that. Yeah, only. But they don't save. Arrow does. And Arrow, spoiler, he dies. Yeah, it was building up for his ultimate demise, and he dies at the end of the show, saving Supergirl's people, not his own. Whatever. And he's doing this in the hopes he was willing to sacrifice himself to change the outcome of the crisis so that the Flash and Supergirl wouldn't die. So they're giving a nod also to the comic book series where both Supergirl and the Flash died in that series. And so here we're doing things differently. And so the Monitor says, wait a minute. I knew he would die, but he wasn't supposed to die like this. So, something's already wrong. Yeah. Well, gee, I wonder what it could be. You'll have to tune in next time for, I think, Batwoman's show is, oh my God, Batwoman. So, I recently decided to go ahead and watch the rest of the Batwoman. It's so bad. It's so bad. I haven't finished all of them. I think I did all 5, I believe. It all kind of blurs together. It's just so bad. Not for being preachy about anything is what you might expect. There's a little bit of that here and there, but for the most, it's just so stupid. And that's sad, And no different here. She's just awful. And I don't know. It's just like, why do this? You don't really have the budget for it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. They're not really doing a whole lot. They've got those shadow demons to fight, but they seem to be pretty easy to knock out. And there, the Flash and the two Superman and Supergirl could probably wipe them all out rather quickly. But for whatever reason, no, they don't. So, it's just terrible. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm just saying I watched it and so yeah, poor Arrow after all this, this is his death scene. And he performs it as best as possible, but and it's over, and his daughter is to take his place. I guess they're continuing with the Arrow show, but she'll be Arrow or something like that, and okay, whatever. And she's from the future, so it's already a time paradox of some sort. But who cares, So and of course Nash Wells from the Flash show, apparently he thought he was chasing after the Monitor, but it was really the Anti-Monitor. He screwed up, and by opening that door at the end of the Flash episode, he actually released the Anti-Monitor, apparently. And now he's wearing the Pariah costume. That's not exactly how it happened in the comic book, but he's Pariah. So there he is. Yeah, he's doomed to watch all the different worlds die, but he himself never will. They didn't really mention that, but that's how it was in the comics. So anyway, he just shows up all of a sudden to watch Green Arrow die. Yeah, I screwed up. Sorry, guys, and that's it. So, boy, a couple more episodes of this, huh? Well, hey, maybe they'll think of something, The odd thing about it, though, and this might be some amount of hope, was that the Elseworld series started off not too bad, because mainly it was just Arrow and the Flash, and then it got really bad after that and just got worse and worse, and then it was just, you're sorry you ever watched it. So since this one started off pretty sucky, maybe it'll turn good. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. So all right, well, so there you go. So far so bad with Crisis on Infinite Earths. We'll see what happens on the next one. Yeah. All right. It makes you root for the Anti-Monitor at this point. Just wipe it all out. It's not worth the trouble. Another thing I've been doing, and I thought about doing this, where I had a video of Batwoman versus the Watchmen, because somebody was pushing me. You didn't give it a chance, Troy. So I've watched every episode now. Oh. So, Crisis not looking so bad all of a sudden. So, more on that at a later date. Oh, man. So much crap. So little time. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe? And check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you, with a link to my podcast at radiomisfits.com and the other video platform where my videos are at BitChute. So check that out, will you? Yes. All right. See you next time.